The reason why you can't complete collections in the first month or so is because you guys don't really try out Battle Royale. Now, I know, to be fair, they have nerfed BR, but it is still very, very useful to have, and I do recommend every single one of you really try, because I will tell you right now, 50k really adds up each time you go flawless, not to mention the pure chance of getting 90 overalls. Okay, now if you look at that, I am batting currently 627. That's not a mistake. That's 627 with a 650 on base percentage. I'm currently 18-2, not a huge sample size, but come on, hitting 627, you know that's pretty good. I did get my first 10-0. It doesn't say that there, but trust me, it's true. I did get Cody Bellinger, but in that entire run, I was so locked, and I've just been using my same strategy as I do every year, and every year I'm just always successful whenever I play BR. And that ERA, I mean, you're just never gonna have a good ERA with BR. I mean, just never gonna happen. But you can always try to be better, and I'll try my best to give you my heads up on those tips. What I'm gonna show you is my team, and I'm gonna show you each section of my team and why I pick some players in certain places. Starting for the rotation, I will say you won't ever have to pick a gold or a diamond. If you do, I do recommend instant redrafting. There should be no reason why there should be a gold on your team or even a diamond, because especially on All-Star, like people like will hit no matter what. It's All-Star, so please stay away from the golds and diamonds and keep that shit in your bullpen, because you know, especially with the rotation, the energy won't be filled every other game like it would with the bullpen. So just throw your best arms in the bullpen, please. And this is what our bullpen looks like. Honestly, I will be honest, this is not a good bullpen, but for the sake of the video, I will show you my thought processes through each pitcher. Camille Duval, he has a really good pitch mix. He throws sinker cutter and he has a good release. Jose Alvarado, same thing, sinker cutter, good release. Kyle Finnegan, he has somewhat good per nines, but for the most part, he was kind of a waste pick. Same thing with this Ryan. I would recommend not doing waste picks. Again, this was not a good bullpen draft, but that's something you want to keep in your mind. One of my biggest tips also with bullpen is do not forget the lefties. This guy is a 72 overall, but he has a sinker and he's a lefty. And in a game where they throw righties at you all the time, you really want to make sure you have a couple of lefties. Again, a huge downside of this team is I don't have too many dominant lefties. I do have Jose Alvarado, which is one of the best, but you know, you got to do better with that lefty selection, man. And Guillermo over here is probably one of my better reliever choices. He is an 81, but he does have a really good pitch mix with a sinker, fastball, slider, and changeup. He has good per nines against righties, solid per lefties, and this is kind of like the base of what I decide what I like to pick in a pitcher. And same with Ryan Helsey. I mean, you really kind of want to stick with pitchers with sinker cutters in the bullpen, but I mean, firearms don't hurt as well. Ryan Helsey throws 101. He also does have a cutter, and you just can't go wrong with him. He has good per nines. And Edwin here, he has a really good release. You want to also make sure you pick up on good releases, because you can use that for your benefit, and you can choose those players that you have trouble seeing because they have such a weird release, like Edwin here. He has good per nines and he has a very good pitch mix using the circle change, cutter, sweeper, sinker, and fastball. He's going to be one of the better BR choices in the game. Okay, and for my lineup, I did not set it yet, so don't look at it too weirdly now, but for the most part, obviously you want your lineup to be consistent 1 through 9. You don't want any holes on your BR team, because in BR every single out matters. Every single little out matters. You might not think that, but it is so true. You want to make sure you use every single out to your advantage. And if you have a bum like Mookie Betts on your team, then you won't get that good opportunity. You won't get that best lineup out of them. So going over my lineup, it's nothing too crazy. I mean, I just prefer to go with the really good swings in the game. Like, you do want to pick good stats, obviously, but what I think makes up a good player is their swing and how it works in the game. Jonathan Randa had a really good swing last year. I haven't tried it this year, but I knew last year he had a really good one. Same thing with Jorge Polanco. Aaron Judge has one of the best swings in the game, and in All-Star, he's one of the best hitters in the game. Obviously, it's Aaron Judge, but people won't use him on Hall of Fame or Legend because of that literal reason that he is 6'7". I will say he is still so good on All-Star, and I do recommend you guys really use him as much as you can. And Matt Carpenter, another good swing. Francisco Lindor, same thing. Diamond shortstop, really good hitting, good swing. Ryan Braun, same thing. So I'm just stacking my team up with some really good swings. Everyone on this team, I'm pretty sure, has a really good swing. I say pretty sure because they do change swings year to year, so we'll see how that goes when we play that game. And for the bench, you at least want to have one really good option, like Max Muncy for me, but you don't want to overly stack your bench, because, you know, I mean, there's no pitchers in the game anymore and you won't really need to take anyone out. So I do recommend you guys have at least one good option, maybe one good speed option, a catcher option, and just someone with a good swing and overall just good speed. And one of the biggest reasons why I love BR is because it always helps with this multiplayer program. Who doesn't want a free Will Smith? Who doesn't want a free 50 pack? I don't know someone who doesn't want that. And you get stubs, you get different packs, different players throughout it, and all it takes is just literally playing a game. I have not played a single game but BR, hence my 10-0, and you know, like all this just adds up, and it's so simple. I got it all done in 2 days, and if I can do it, you guys can do it really quickly as well. You just gotta look at this video, you gotta use it, and really lock in. And without further ado, we're gonna head to the video to kind of get my kind of mindset on each set of games. One thing I want to mention is that for stadiums, I think you should really stick to minor league parks, or if you're gonna stick to the major league side, I heard Chase Field is really good, or Coors Field is really good. I mean, Coors Field can get really toxic, and if you have a dreadhead on your team or the other team, your game will lag a little bit, so that's why I recommend overall staying on minor league parks. And for the minor league parks, I really only have tried either Laughing Mountain or Ship It. Anything else I really don't use, so I couldn't really give my opinion on that. But for the most part, Ship It has been playing amazing for me this year, amazing, and I couldn't ask for more. So that's what we're gonna go with today. When you're on the screen, you want to pick your relievers first because you do not want to go through your starting pitching rotation really quick. And so, but I usually sometimes I will pick some starters only for the reason that I just like not burning my bullpen if I don't have to, especially because I am such a really good hitter that if I'm burning a pitcher on a game that I already won from the first inning, then it was kind of a waste, you know, and I don't want to waste that pitcher for the next game. But if you're not where I am at, then that's not a problem as well. Just pick what works for you and go on to your game. Okay, my first biggest tip in the game is, and it's gonna be the reason why I get a little bit silent, is but I cannot talk and hit at the same time. I get so distracted and I completely lose all focus. So whenever you're in a game, like if you're talking with your buddies, you know, it doesn't hurt just to like hold on talking for a second, because I know a lot of people who do talk while they hit, and sometimes it doesn't work for them. And I mean, obviously it's not gonna work for some people, but for me personally, I will never, like, I'll try my best. It's hard as a streamer as well, but I'll try my best not to talk mid-swing because it is very difficult. All right, so we're gonna start with the pitching first. So with this guy's repertoire of sinker, cutter, fastball, changeup, and slider. Cutters, you gotta keep inside. You cannot leave that inside the strike zone or else you will completely mess up. Like that, exactly like that. I messed up that pitch, and honestly, if he had a stronger player, that would have been out. So keep that cutter inside, man. You got to keep that cutter inside. All right, sinkers, I really do like throwing outside. I just like to keep him everything out of the zone as much as I possibly can. And if you don't, things like that will happen. Like I said, I'm not a good pitcher, so I will really try to help you guys through my mindset. But whatever works for you, if something else is working for you, please use that as well. Okay, for righty on righty, people tend to always just stick to throwing outside cutters because people are usually early like that. I would say you should really continue that, but there will be some players who don't care. They like any pitch, and when you face a player like that, you know you're in for a good game. But typically people like throwing inside sinkers in that position, and they sometimes miss, and you know, sometimes it gets crushed, but that's BR for you. But you want to try to keep everything like on the edge as much as you can, or else you're gonna be in trouble early on. But like I just did right there, that cutter was perfect. That cutter was perfect, and he pulled it because, you know, cutters are a little bit slower than obviously the fastball, and people will be so much earlier and roll over that ball. But the good players, if you know you're facing a good player, when they can take that the other way for a home run or even an extra base hit. All right, this is a little bit of a tough hitting aspect of it because we're facing Jacob Mizorowski. He is one of the better BR cards you can get because he's a silver and he throws heat. And for me, I always look at where they release the ball. I know that's very simple to say, but sometimes I completely forget to look at their pitch release and I can't track the ball. And especially in BR, I really recommend you guys to just not sit on any pitch. Please do not sit on any pitch, especially in BR, because you want to be locked in and you want to be seeing every pitch come in and be taking any pitch, because if you sit on things, then you're just asking for trouble. And reasons like that, I was way just too patient, and there's no such thing as too patient though. Like, that's what I mean. Being patient is never a problem in this game at all, and that's what I would say is one of my biggest tips too, because if you're patient, you'll get your pitch. Okay, I was a little bit late on that, but that's still gonna be a base hit, extra base hit. Sounds good. But things like that, you know, like we work the count, we do that often, and he's kind of forced to throw in something in the middle. I should have seen that one coming, but we did not. It's okay though. That's only one out. I'm not testing that. And I will say, when you're facing the same-handed hitter and pitcher, they will throw a lot of inside heat and outside off speed, which is always good, and that's why you should really be practicing that as much as you can. Okay, I put on 2 horrible swings on 2 really hittable fastballs, so shame on me there. But again, I'm trying to do a lot right now, so let's try to get something here. There we go. We got our pitch, we swung, and please, when there's 2 outs, never ever get stressed. Never feel like you're out of it. Never, because the biggest rallies comes in BR with 2 outs. I've lost so many games, I've won so many games because I did not give up on 2 outs and my opponent did not give up on 2 outs. Okay, now we're facing Tyler Rogers. He's going to be a little funkier. He especially, this is a nice example against a righty-righty situation, because he'll throw, you're probably going to notice that he will throw a lot of sliders outside or a lot of sinkers inside, like that. And you just got to be able to read and just take it the other way. I know sometimes it's hard to just say, like, just read it, but you know, you just got to read it, because you don't want to be sitting on a sinker and, you know, being really early and rolling over that slider like the person was doing on the cutters last inning. Okay, it was just funky there, but we got 3 on the board. You can't ask for more on the first inning. And you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you notice that your opponent cannot hit a certain pitch, please keep throwing it until they can prove to you that they can hit the pitch. Because if they don't do that, then there's no reason why you should be switching up anything. I'm switching things up because I don't want to overthrow it and let that person learn how to hit that. You know, you want to keep them off balance at all times, and that's also a big thing. But I would always recommend people to continue throwing the pitches that they can't seem to hit. We're gonna go again with the cutter outside. And see, you know, he was a little later on that. He did miss it, but he was a little later on that, which you should be on outside cutters or sliders. Same thing here. For the sake of the video, I just want to just show that, like I was just spamming that. It's not as fun, but I will say it is effective, and that is one of the biggest tips I can give you when you're trying to go for a 10-0. Also, what I would like you guys to do also is see what works for you inside the strike zone. If you like moving your PCI around, I think you guys should really do that. I cannot stand the people who leave their PCIs in the middle and react as the pitch comes, because to me it's just so freaky. Like, you're not a real person if you do that. But I will say it works for me to move things around. It keeps your thumb warm, and you know, it never hurts to just put it in a position where it helps you. That was just a weird pitch. Also, I would use a PCI anchor sometimes. I like to put it a little down because I can always reach the ones on the top, but it's kind of really hard to reach the dots on the bottom of the strike zone. And for examples like this, I missed that pitch, but it still went somewhere. If you miss a pitch and you're on top of it, you're just asking for a ground out. Okay, another good swing, same thing. Just tracking the ball, looking up, waiting for that ball to come in, and just relax and swing. My next big tip also is be careful with having frustrated swings. A lot of people will get frustrated at a previous at bat and swing at the first pitch or try to make something happen when they're angry. And I need to work on this myself, because I get so frustrated during the game that I just hate getting perfect outs, and it affects my next at bat. I just lose my mind, and I just feel like I can't. Like, this game pisses me off, like it does, but like you just can't be like that if you want to like win. If you want to get good swings on, you can't be like that. Wow, what a swing from Aaron Judge. But like, you cannot let previous at-bats fool you and make you feel like you're not getting the results you want, because then you will really not get the results you want. There we go, we got a quit, and now we are 1-0, and we are back to the next game. For the most part, I don't think I have to show you guys anything else regarding BR. I do think that it is very important for you guys to get your reps in on All-Star. Like, it never hurts to always just give one run a go, because you never know where that run's gonna go. And as you can see, I already have my 10-0 badge on the top left. And you know, we're trying to make our progress with everything, but I got to a really good start on BR, and I cannot wait to see where I end up on the flawless list. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you really enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, peace.